Buhari's government made Sowore a bigger star. He went in a second-rated man but emerged a bigger star. That is the story of Omoyele Sowore, the presidential candidate of African Action Congress (AAC) in the 2019 elections, publisher of Sowore Reporters, convener of #RevolutionNow, and human rights defender. Sowore was arrested on August 3, 2019 for planning a protest against the federal government, a protest the Nigerian Secret Police did not take lightly. On August 4th, the Department of State Services said that rights activist Sowore was arrested for threatening public safety, peaceful coexistence, and social harmony in the country, and called on Nigerians to disregard threats of revolution. Spokesman of DSS, Peter Funaya, while addressing newsmen in Abuja, said the DSS is charged with the responsibility of managing, curtailing, containing, and eliminating threats against national security. These threats include threats of sabotage, threats of subversion, threats of terrorism, and of course, ethnic agitations, separatist agitations, economic sabotage, and others. If we are operating in a responsible security organization and someone is calling for revolution in Nigeria, we must understand the meaning of revolution. Primarily, it means a revolt, it means insurrection, it means insurgency, it means forceful takeover of government, and we are operating democratic system in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a banana republic and cannot suddenly be made one. So the DSS will not just sit by and watch individuals or groups wanting to rise and threaten the peace and unity of the country. Sowore and his co-defendants Olawale Bakare were subsequently docked on charges of treason. The reaction to Sowore's arrest was spontaneous. Rights activists, civil society groups, public analysts, lawyers, and all kicked against the action of the federal government. After a series of adjudication, trial judge Justice Ijoma Ojukwu of the Federal High Court in Abuja granted bail to the accused persons on stringent conditions which were met, but the DSS decided to keep them on frivolous excuses. Justice Ojukwu issued further directives and ordered the release of Omoyele Sowore and Bakare, but still the DSS declined. It was not until the same judge ordered the DSS to release Omoyele Sowore, the Sahara Reporters publisher, and Olawale Bakare, his co-accused, within 24 hours that the service obeyed and released both men. Sowore should have been released a long time ago, but people with huge egos often let it impede their decision making. Anyway, when you are God, what do you need goodwill for? What? But that is how stars are made. There are persons who come at the right historical time, reformers, creators, political leaders, or rulers who change the lives and ways of thinking or behaving of lots of people. These persons have historical greatness and historical importance. Their ideas or actions may be accepted slowly or progressively, but they will be recognized for their strong way. Sowore now has a great historical importance that will be remembered for hundreds and even for thousands of years into the future. His detention and incarceration gained local and international attention to the extent a U.S. Congressman, Karim Bass, joined in demanding for his release. Moving forward, the federal government and its agents must be cautious of how they poke the trial of Omoyele Sowore. So guys, this is exactly what happened according to this news. And just like we have been asking, with all those their unnecessary excuses that they were bringing forth, oh, this and this and that, at the end of the day, did they really follow through all of those things and everything was quashed? In the first place, they ought to not to have done that, because I believe if really they have a good case against Omoyele Sowore, they would have, the first order given by the judge, they would have obeyed this, and the man will now start to face the trial. But at the end of the day, because in my own opinion, because I believe they don't have a strong case, because if you have a strong case, even if he's been released on bail, then he will start to face the trial, and you want to stand by that. Okay, this is what the things that we have charged him with. Maybe definitely according to them, maybe he might not be able to escape it. But if you are trying to be pussyfooty about the whole thing, shows that even your charges or your accusations against him is not solid. Because if you are sure of yourself, you wouldn't have even dragged the whole thing. At the end of the day, you have been put to shame. And just like people have been saying, and concerning this news particularly, that they've made him a hero unexpectedly. And some people are of the opinion that if they had allowed these people to carry out this protest, these things would have been put to rest for a very long time. People will still be talking, people will still be whatever, but I think that is how the history really wants everything to play out. And putting people who think they are all, that they have all the powers, that they want to exercise the power they are being given at that particular time. They don't even care what happens after they are no longer in power. But it doesn't work like that. And with the history that we'll be talking about Sowore in times to come, in many years to come, we'll still be talking about the role and part that the people who are holding the power, we'll still be talking about them. So what are we talking about? Those who cannot even come out and support Sowore, the man was speaking for the problems that they themselves are facing. And the problem that we are facing as a people, it is glaring to us. They are before us, but people are really scared to come out. The one that will come out to talk, people will still be hiding. They wouldn't want to offend the government. They don't want to speak truth to the power. So what are we talking about? Who are you defending? In so doing, you are compounding the whole issue. You just want to be talking. Some people have the opinion, oh, Sowore shouldn't have done that. I'm just even surprised. And they are coming up with this argument, oh, because he contested for an election and he didn't win, so he wanted to use that opportunity to unseat the government. Is that being done? Even article that had a very good number of votes, closer to even Buhari, that they declared winner. He went through court. People were even telling him not to go to court. You can imagine, people were telling him not to go to court. So they want to tell us, if really that Sowore wanted to use that as an excuse, he would have gone to court and say, okay, I didn't believe in that result or whatever. There are many ways to do that. So for you to now turn back and be saying, oh, because he didn't win election, you want to use by force. So all the problems that he listed, did he fabricate them? Are the problems not what we are experiencing? And according to the DSS, that they cannot sit down and fold their hands, and someone will just wake up and try to bring unrest to the people, as if we are not going through a lot of unrest that we are seeing. The Fulani S-men, the DSS, they have not been able to gather their intelligence or whatever information to be able to tackle these people. They are doing as if they are not hearing what is happening. They are playing deaf to all the things that these Fulani S-men have been doing, the mayhem that has been going on. No, what was government planning to do? To continue to pamper them, to negotiate with them, to make a ruga, or to provide land for them, to do a manner of things. That is their own way of providing solution to such problems. People who are killing people every day, as if we Nigerians don't know the problems that we are faced with right from time immemorial, and people should not talk. So we are living in a peaceful environment even before Sowore came on board calling for this revolution. Oh, we were living in affluence, we were living in plenty. Is that what they are telling us? So people can sleep in their house with their two eyes closed. That is what the DSS spokesperson was telling us. You can see that this hypocrisy is just, this lies is just dead for everybody to just see. Hypocrisy is just too much. They themselves are suffering, and that is the problem. They themselves are suffering. Until when we as a people come together and do the needful. If not, we'll continue to move around circles. We'll continue to move around circles, and you think you are supporting this government today, you are part of this government today, and that nothing will happen. But by the time they are no more there, another sheriff will be in town, and if they do the same thing, it will affect you. See G0VT now, where is he today? After trying to suppress all the atrocities being committed, suppress it for 12 years. But at the end of the day, the whole thing caught up with him. Just like some people are saying now that he's a thief, unless maybe there's going to be appeal. But as it is now, he's a thief that he's been convicted. That is just it. With all the things that he has, with all whatever. And some people have the opinion that even what he's accused of, stealing is not even up to what some people who we know that are moving around on the street, moving freely on the street, but it will still catch up with them if they think they're so powerful. Just like so powerful people, at the end of the day, something that brought them down was just little thing. Let them continue with all this their bragado, thinking that nobody can catch up with them. But now they have made a Sowore a very, very big hero. The role that they have played concerning this issue, it will be there forever. And the role that Sowore himself has played, it will be there forever. Somebody was saying, oh, Sowore is not a Mandela, so you should be careful. He's not a Mandela, but you guys that are even older than him, you guys are hiding at the back of your house, speaking with two sides of the mouth. You cannot even speak the truth. But he has made a name for himself. He has fought for the people. People cannot go or cannot experience the same thing, but in any way, he has been able to make his stand known that he can speak for the people. The rest people are just behind, criticizing. Posterity will judge everybody. So guys, that is my own take. They've made Sowore a bigger star, which at the end of the day left them with what? Shame, because when they ought to have released him, they didn't release him. But at the end of the day, they were forced to release him, and they couldn't even do much with all the excuses they were bringing to the table. The whole thing was crushed. And those ones who call themselves sons that are even in the presidency, shame to them. Shame to them that they cannot defend the right thing, but they are defending their pocket. They are defending the position they are holding because they feel that is their own national cake that they need to cause. So guys, I leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.